late night chit chat and create. I actually have done a few of these. Oops, I'm wiggling yet. Let me try not to do that. And I've done a few of these and I actually really enjoy them. I am up for about an hour to an hour and a half, maybe a bit more of however long it takes of some crazy art. We did this the last time was one of our pieces that we did. I am definitely a mixed media girl. We're gonna play and make a mess. I'm decompressing from a full week and I'm sure we'll chit chat. This will be the first time I'm gonna use my mom's old set of chalk pastels. Lost her in 2019 and I've been slowly digging into her supplies. It's been actually really fun. So I'm going to turn you around and get started and just jump right in, and pretty quick here. We will have multiple paintings going because I like to work fast and leave myself time to let things dry. So let's turn your camera down and get moving on this. It'll be fun. Here we go. So this is the one we did. We kind of have everything laid out. I want to make sure I'm not sticking my hand in your face every time I reach for my equipment or paint or things. Let's get some paint brushes down. We're going to use highlighters. We're going to use ink tonight. We're going to use, I just got the itch to just like make a mess. So that was the technical term. If you didn't figure that out, we're going to just enjoy. So yeah, so let's do this. It'll take me a minute to get to the point where I can see the comments because it takes a minute for this to connect and show. So we have to refresh it every once until it comes. But yeah, so it's okay. It takes a minute to do that. And so yeah, we're gonna just play and get going and have some fun. We're gonna do this, and oh, I should probably show you my inspirations for the night. That is what is coming up next, is the inspirations. So we have, this is the portrait we're gonna do. This is actually a seed catalog that I use for my gardening, and I tend to like them for still life, basically. And there's some pretty still lifes in here. So we'll give Baker Creek creds, and we're gonna do this dude, whoever he is. I'm not good at faces, so we will utterly destroy his handsome good looks. And I'm going to be doing, this is a book with color pencil and creativeness. I like it because it has a ton of different people's art styles in it, and you can't really I never really have to worry about plagiarizing because I really can't make it look like anyone else's. So, and when I try, it's just not good. So I think I'll do some fishies and this eyeball. I don't mind getting practice on the what's inside of a portrait to take a peek closer. This is a color pencil one. I'm not saying I'm going to do it in color pencil. We're just using that for the inspiration, and I'm telling you about it. And then this one, we're going to do a portrait. So this double page layout in this book is, I actually really like doing this big work, and I love how this feels. I'm tactile. This makes me happy. This has so many different types of media in it, but I think we're going to try it with this one too. So I don't like that it's a tear out page, and you can kind of see that when you're doing this right here. You can see those lines in there. But I think this book is going to be so cool when all of these are filled. It's going to take forever to fill them up. So we're just going to get started. We're going to do this one, and this will be my first one. And so I'm going to have to kind of work around this image that I'm going to be looking at and get started. And take a deep breath. That's the whole point, is to have a little bit of fun. You guys are getting my arm there because this takes a little bit to get my video playing. Last time I had to like turn this off and on a little bit to get started. So we'll just take this over here while we're doing it. And I haven't used these. I actually really want to see what happens when you get these wet. And I want to know what paint I can do over the tops of them. So we're going to just get started. Oh, look, I already broke one. So these ones you apparently don't need to be very heavy-handed with, huh? But let's get started. And I don't mind getting in here. I'm actually really, really curious how these chalks go. I'm kind of excited to see. I am trying to do two things at once here, so give me just a second here. Yeah, I don't know how to make I haven't figured out how to make them quickly come up to what's currently happening. Like it needs to like check in and update. Oh, there we go. I found you. Yay, I found you. You're good. Hello. So now I'll be able to see some chats, but we're going to go ahead and get started fast. So just remember, I am a fast worker. I like to make things go quickly, like that one, right? You know, and it's fast art. So if that's not your thing, that's okay. So we're going to do multiple tonight and we're going to get going quick. I like to see myself put together. If I overthink it, I like to do multiple and not overthink, and then also have a sense of not overworking a project, and that works better for me if I kind of do a little bit. And I haven't used the chalk pastels before. Does anybody else use the chalk pastels? Welcome in. Come say hi to me. I'm a chitty chat girl, but it works so much better if I actually can see somebody and that's chit chatting with me. I'm a quick mixed media gal, and I've got some few fun things to show and to play with you about that have happened. I am a novelist, and I just got back from a big book signing thing, and I want to talk about it. Ooh, this stuff is messy. Oh, goodness, we're going to have to do this. But this is the main thing. I haven't used this before, but I kind of wanted to see what happens when you get this stuff wet. Ooh, looky, looky. Yes. Oh, my gosh. This book doesn't like a ton of water, but oh, I wanted to see what that was going to do, and I'm already kind of jazzed. That is so good. So good. Let's get some. And again, sometimes when we have to wait and let something dry for a bit, we get that in there. All right, so I am going to switch a little bit to these guys. This is gouache. I told you we're going to be all over the place tonight. I've had a beautifully busy weekend, and this is one of my favorite things to do to reset. Okay, I got to reach, so sorry for this reach. This is a spray bottle, and it hurries up the process of getting my stuff wet. So we're just going to spray it and mist it down and then get that out of the way. So yeah, we're going to do, ooh, let's see. This doesn't sit. Does this not sit over the top of the chalk? That might cause a problem. We might have to learn that the hard way. Okay, so we're going to get the bones of this in there. All right, someone thumbs up and bravely say hello so I can actually tell you some really interesting stuff. I actually I was a speaker and a guest at a librarian conference this weekend, which was very, very fun and honoring. And it was really fun to participate with that. But that was so busy and so much work. So I am very, very pleased to be sitting right here with you doing the very opposite, doing some play and fun. Yeah, let's get some of those colors in there. And yeah, let's do this. Let's do some create. Is anybody else going to be on here creating too? And if you've been in here before, that would be wonderful because that's fun. Okay. So this is how I work. So usually if I'm not working with you guys, I would have a blowgun and I would dry this and get going quick. But I'm actually going to be setting stuff off to the side because I want to work on some bigger albums tonight. So again, this is the inspiration we're going with. So we have to flip back and forth. So that might get a little obnoxious, but it will move fast. So we're going to do, this is a color pencil art book. And that's fun, but it's also, these books are big, so they're kind of a bit awkward. But let's get going. You'll see. We'll get lots of time to go back and forth. So we're going to do, let's go ahead and use our gouache again and get a good base. Is that too yellow? This is going to be too yellow, but I'm going to do it anyways. Let's get some, we'll knock it back down later, okay? So I am very fascinated by portraits. Let's see, I think I have one right here on this page. This side, look at this portrait we did one of our other times. See, I'm not that great at it, but I am bound and determined to put my time in and keep going. So that was a peacock we did another time. So we're going to work fast here. And fast is for me, not you. I like to stay loose and I like to see change happen. And half the fun for me is the actual mark making. So we're going to get in here and make the base that we're going to work with. And yay, yay, I'm here. I'm doing art. I'm busy. I'm busy and full and been working for doing things outside of play all weekend, being responsible. Da da da. And now I want to do this. This is fun. Okay, so we're going to get our space checked in here. I might have to bring this up lighter again later, but that's okay. All right, so again, got to let that dry. You guys get the rhythm here? It's going to be annoying because we're going to switch a bit. And these are my new media. I've never actually used these before. And so if you have experience with pastel chalks, then tell me. So I have pastel chalks. These are oil pastels. These are Neocolor Aqua, which means they're water soluble. These have a waxy texture to them, but they're so vibrant. These come into play for me towards the end. And then we have these bad boys over here, which are watercolor pencils, which, I mean, they're pretty fun too. So like, let me show you what that'll be like. And if you've been with me before, you'll know that we are going to make some chaos happen quick. We're going to get in here and change the way this is. And I am not anywhere close to a perfectionist, and I'm new at a ton, but boy, am I having a good time. So we're going to start like that. And oh, you weren't even where you could see. Let me see. Do I need to turn this down just a little bit? Okay. Well, you guys have to tell me if you can't see very good. Comment away. I would love it if somebody would just leave me an emoji or something if it's too late and you don't want to talk and you just want to watch. That is wonderful. But just to know that I'm not talking to myself, it always takes a little effort when you're doing these. Okay, so on this side, see how these both are sort of like horizontal? This is going to sound funny, but one of the things I'm learning about myself is that I actually prefer, is this horizontal? And this is what's the vertical. I actually prefer a vertical book, and I didn't know that. So we're going to go this way. Ooh, good. We get to use we're going to use this one. We're going to go for the water behind the fish. We're just going to straight up. What? Yeah, so hang tight. We'll get it filled in. We're going to just, oh my gosh, that's so fun. And look at my messy hands. That's probably going to bug you guys, but that makes me so happy. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so glad to be in this minute right here. It's the end of the night. Here we go. Let's do this. Okay, let's get a little bit of gray in there. And again, I'm new to these and I'm going to try to get them wet. I'm curious how, like, they're kind of dusty. Ooh, you know what? Let's use these to like block in our fish. Let's block these bad boys in. My husband is a big fishing guy. And so we're going to do that. He is in salmon season right now, coho salmon, so he will love this. But he is not an artist, and that's part of the reason why I'm hanging out with you, because love him dearly. He'll support me to the end of my days. We are 31 years married just last week. And he doesn't get art. So he tries his darndest to love and support my thing. And I'm a novelist, so of course he's had lots of years of supporting that dream. That's been going for a long time. Oops, that was a little bit much there on the curve. We'll get that back down. But so I would love to chat with people who are interested in watching art. Isn't that funny? Spouses, they love you, but they don't always understand the way that we're different, right? That's the way it works. Oh, well. Okay, we got eyeballs in there. Okay, I promise we're going to go through the ugly duckling phase and then we'll pop out the other side and it will be okay. These are so messy. Oh my gosh, look at my hands. Before we clean up, let's hit some of this. Ooh, I didn't like that. That was dirty. I am so disappointed with these silly paper towels. These are not good enough. They are they're made to be cost effective for the company that's making them. So they're like, I don't know, they soak really quickly and they don't really get anything done. So I'm going to buy some different ones. I just haven't done it yet. So I'm basically belly aching. Okay, so what I want to see next is, I actually want to know what happens if you do chalk pastel on wet. What will happen here if I take my blue for my water, because that's what this is water. I'm just curious. This paper is decent at taking water. It almost is too absorbent, like it sucks the water in. Okay, so here's a taste. I've never done it before. Ooh. Look at that. That is not, I'm a bold and vibrant kind of gal. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Wow. Did anybody else feel that like what I did in my bones? Like, let's get that in the fishy's mouth. I forgot to get the fish's mouth wet, so that might be, wow. Oh, I'm happy with that. That's interesting. Okay, so I forgot these guys have their mouths open. We kind of have to get those wet to get the water to do the same as the other rest of the water. Oop, that was a little rough on the paper. So we're going to have to set it for down for a minute here. Let it take that in and be dry. Okay. Again, we're going to hit the ugly phase before the good phase. I just made a video. I do a lot of things, and I used to do just garden videos on here, and I did it for years, and I would always have to be doing something in my garden. And the thing is, I am a person who likes to do lots of passionate art, creative things, and I need all of it to keep me in the chair with my novels. And that's what I want to do primarily. But honestly, if I do videos about writing books, I would have to be teaching on writing in order to make them something anybody would want to watch, because other than that, it would be kind of boring. And I don't want the work of that. I want the play of this kind of media. So I decided to come back on here and do whatever the heck I want to. So you will see me do videos about eBay and thrifting and picking. I found a gold ring at Goodwill for $6.99, and I just did a short video about the things that I thrifted. And that's fun. I did a one about my planner, which I didn't bring it over here, so you have to see. But I do a Hobonichi Techno. I'm like a big planner girl, always have been for like 8, and I've used the same one for 8 years. I've been a planner girl since for like 20 years, but and so that was really, really fun. And then I did one that was like creative art with flowers, where it was almost like positive, like affirmations, but not the I am affirmations. Sometimes the I am affirmations kind of like overwhelm me. So I did different ones, like thoughts that are motivating to me, and not motivating like kick butt and get life done, but like, this is a life worth living. Let's stay invested. Like, I don't know how to say that better, but anyways, those are up, and I am so tiny. I get very little response, and I don't care because I'm having a hoot of a time. And I invite you to come hang around and just see if any of that stuff is interesting to you. I would really like, okay, so this librarian conference, that's like the most nerdy thing I've ever had to admit in my life. But these people were beautiful people. There was quite a few of them, and I was their guest speaker. And obviously, I'm an extrovert, and librarians in general, are not. So it was a little bit wild for them to hang out with me for a while. But they were so generous and so supportive and so wonderful. And that's actually what I need. I need about 50 to 100 people on here who actually like the crazy, multi-passionate, keep learning. I'm 50 years old. I'm empty nested. I'm a grandma, and I just want to play. We got time to do this stuff, right? We might as well. And it's the end of the day. I feel as I do this, I kind of get more rested and relaxing. I think I liked this part before I got it wet. It was almost prettier when it was intense there. So I think I'm going to let that dry and hold. So we're in a holding pattern here. This is the ugly duckling phase. I promise it gets better, even though I can promise it will be good. I might even take it too far, but there we go. This is going to set and dry. We're going to pick up a new one. Oh, my other one's not quite ready, so that means we're going to try the face. Let's do a big face. Now, this art journal was one of my first ones. And in my opinion, the art I've done in it so far is rudimentary and a little ugly. I mean, I have a few here that are vibrant and bold. That one's not done. Like, it's that kind of stuff. But that's actually one of the reasons why I'm doing so many art journals, is because I really am appreciating seeing the change in myself. So I'm going to go to the back, and we got to cut this guy in. So I'm not going to start with the chalks because they're out of control at the beginning here. So we're going to dry our hands and try this guy. So, all right. And I feel like I'm blasting you guys with my personality here. So let's just settle in a little bit and enjoy what we got. We got a night. My daughter's home from college. I've been playing with her all afternoon. I do not see my pencil, my mechanical pencils. Let me pull one out. This is a good little kit here. Let's hope these are already got pencil lead in them. Do they already have pencil lead? Oh, great. So that's good. And let's get this guy. Again, I'm not great at face, but we're learning. We want to get that nice big smile. She's home, and you know what she's doing? She's bringing her sweetheart. She's a senior in college, and she's met someone, and he's coming to meet us. And it's going to be very exciting for our family, because not that we can see the future or anything, but it's got a mustache on top of here. So this is the mustache. And she is, I'm not willing to put money on it yet, but I think she might have found her person. Isn't that a happy day? Shouldn't we celebrate that? Okay, his eyes are here. Cheeks are here. Like this is and his hair is incredible. Do you think I can actually paint this kind of hair? I don't even know. But his hair is like the reason why I want to do it. Dreadlock, amazingness. Look at that texture. Okay, and he's got this, I want to say nappy beard. Is that nice of me or not? Okay, so now that we got this blocked in, he's got a big smile. So how do we want to do that? We want to do mustache, lip. Here we got a lip, upper lip. And I haven't done, the skin tone is actually new for me too. So again, my goal is to get good at this stuff, but I know very hard that I'm not that great, but I am logging hours. I'm working on my 10,000 pieces of art, or 10,000 hours, whichever way you count it, to get to the point where I am. Okay, his forehead is actually bigger than that. So do I have an eraser? Where do I put my erasers? I don't even know. Does that little kit have an eraser? I cheated. It's not opened yet. Do we have an easier one? There might be one. In this little guy. Yes, look at this. We got one right here. So you guys don't have to wait for me to crinkle plastic and go. Let's get his forehead. It's kind of a block too. Let's get it up here. Okay. So that's a rough entry into this. But let's get we're going to get a start on this. Like, let's just bring this down. Ugly face. Oh, I forgot. This is the one that doesn't like water. Okay. Do you see that massive sticking through? Okay, we're going to be okay. But this one will be tougher. So we will have to get away from this water. And even if I use it, I have to do it a little bit drier like that. Did you see that go on a little drier? Lesson learned. That's part of this thing. Learning the paper. This is not a paper I would choose, but I am determined to fill these bad boys. I almost want to log them hours. So a little bit of water, not a ton. Yeah, so we have company in the next couple of days, the best kind, potentially new family member, right? Okay, so he has like I'm going to put a baby blue color in here for his shirt. Oh, let's move that quick. It's wet. It's soaking in. Go, go, go. All right. This is now the one that's in the ugly face. We have to do that. What color do we want to put behind his head? We don't want the same color. Ooh, let's use some of the chalks now, because this thing doesn't really like this. So we're going to do gray up here on the outside of his hair. This will be good practice with the this is probably a good book. I could probably write a note at the beginning of it to use the pastels on here and let them hold their own, huh? Oh, is this? I wonder if I still haven't figured out yet if the pastels are, if you can like put other things over them or if it sits on top. Like, I don't know yet. We don't know. We don't know, but we're gonna get some of that gray in here. Oh, that's a little bit. All right. Oh gosh, I think I kind of like these, but except the mess. Oh my gosh, look at my hands. I thought I would like that. Not sure. Has anybody else ever worked with these guys? Oh, his hair goes all the way down. Look at that. His hair goes all the way down. I wonder how long that took him to grow that. I do not have any idea. I actually follow a lady on YouTube who once upon a time had dreadlocks. Um, she has her own clothing design company and she resells vintage stuff too. And she lives in Ireland or Finland. So it's really fun to see the culture too. You know, that's how YouTube is. You get to travel the world in your living room. Okay. His skin tone is actually a little bit like shades of, and it's kind of weird to see that. Like, oh, smears. Oh my gosh, my hand is trying to cramp on me. Let's not do that. That means I probably need to drink some water. Okay, so we're going to get some ink on this too. Oh, the ink's going to go through that, so we might not. We'll have to do something different. Okay, we're going to let that one sit for a sec. I'm kind of having fun though. It's the marks, right? All the marks. Okay. Again, ugly face. Have some patience. Patience, my friends. Patience. Okay. So this guy is going to go down. The first one is still a little too wet. The tree one. The house part is just really, really wet. But maybe we can stay away from that and get over here on this side. So remember, this one is this little cottage. Gosh, I really liked doing, I already showed, but I liked doing this from the time before. That was really fun. And the gloomy made me really happy. So I got this to wipe my fingers off to try to get. Hi, how are you? I see you. You caught the live. Patty, I'm so glad you're in here. There's people in here, but they're quiet folks. I like chitty chat with you. Oh my goodness. It's been a wonderful full weekend. I have so many stories to tell. And now that you're here, well, I guess I should say, do you get to hang out or are you going to be popping through? It's okay if you have to go. I would understand. We're playing around. I'm using chalk pastels for the first time and making a serious mess. It's crazy. But I kind of like them. I kind of like the mess. I'm kind of, not the mess on my hand, but on the page. I kind of like this weird feeling that I get when I'm doing it. Like it's a good thing. So now we're going to do some gouache and get some. Oh, see, I'm not sure how they act together yet. Does the paint go over the top? As long as you don't fall asleep. Yeah, okay. Well, so I got to go to this is like a big confession to me. It's like a beautiful confession, but it's crazy too. I was a guest speaker and at a librarian conference today, or this weekend. So I spent 2 days, um, you know, being the primary source of entertainment, and then interviewed and all those kinds of things. And then at the end, I got to sell my books. So that's, of course, why it's a benefit to me. And boy, those librarians know how to support a girl. But it was really fun. And one of the funny parts was, um, one of the entertaining parts for me was at the same time in the convention center that I was at, the same time I was doing that, they had so librarians are exactly what you think. They're like conservative. They're actually aging. It was like a literally like a conference for a regional. So it was Oregon, Washington, Idaho. These people have been meeting for years, like older, sweet, sweet senior citizen kind of people. And at the convention at the same time was a bodybuilding competition, and it was the serious kind where you got the people who are going to have to prove they're not on roids. And they're walking through, and one of the old ladies is like, uh she goes, I really wonder what kind of ethnicity these people are. I've never seen anybody's skin so brown and tan and hair so blonde. They were rocking their world, but I swear some of those were walking past. They At one point the librarians had a whole spread of like build your own sandwich laid out for people to have their meals, and the competition people were walking past, and some of them had just finished, so they would like maybe be free to move about. And I swear they were practically like drooling over the carb load that was on the table. It was really, really entertaining. The whole thing was fun, and they were so good to me, and it was so delightful. And a couple other friends that were there, writer friends that were there too. So, ooh, I'm already loving this. This is so good, so good. Okay. Um, take a deep breath. You're exciting to have in here, Patty. That's fun. Um, it was super fun, and it was a huge amount of people. Both were. It was a good turnout for everyone, but yeah, it was very entertaining. Okay, I'm going to try to do like a different color because it's not really in the setting. So this is the inspiration. I really liked the other day. I did a double page layout that was almost like scenic, and I think I kind of like the houses in the back. I'm still figuring out what kind of artist I am, so I'm going to try not to spill this big blob. But woo, there we go. So there you got to see it, Patty. That was from the last time. And Patty, I want you to take a peek at one of my last videos. I did what I found thrifting. And I thrift all the time. And if these videos are fun, I might do some more of them to people because it was really fun to make. But I actually found a gold ring, and it was really fun to my not there. Yeah, see you, babe. And so my hubs just came in. He's like tapping out for the night. So and I'm just getting started. We're playing. No, I'm not. I'm not. We're just gonna keep going fast because I do like fast art. I found a gold ring at the thrift store on my way home from that conference this weekend. It was 8 carat, which isn't super, super high content of gold, but it's blue topaz, and it was at the thrift store, and I got it for $6.99, and I was like, score. And so yeah, that's fun. And you liked the one I did with the flowers. And I think I could do some more of those. And I just don't know that anybody on YouTube is even going to care because I am switching it up. I am having so much fun and using YouTube as like an extension of my own creativity. Like it's been food for me. And so hopefully it's food for everyone else because, well, actually, it doesn't really matter because I'm going to keep doing it, even if it's to a silent room. That doesn't bother me. Um, how is your life going, Patty? Anything interesting? Um, I know you've had a lot on your plate and it's been a challenging season, but I would love to have an update of how you're doing. Um, and I'm gonna keep going here. So sour like a good thing. I'm not sure if I'm not sure what that. If we I asked how you're doing, sour like a good thing. Um, yeah. So, and I was telling them before you got in here, my youngest daughter is a senior in college. She graduated as with her degree, but she's going to go back and get her master's. But she's bringing a sweetheart home. And I was telling the other people that were in here that I was actually kind of excited because I think he might be her person. And it's always so exciting when they, I'm the mom, but when they find their person, I am, at the beginning of building relationship with an entire person in my family. Uh, oh, sounds like a good thing. Okay. Um, yeah, so we're going to be doing that over the next couple of days. This is the logs that are going across and around here, but yeah, I'm not sure there that's the right color. We'll pick another color. Let's pick another color. I'm going to add this brown in there. Oops, that's not quite either. We'll just keep that on there. They have to be the same, so we'll kind of do that. I'm going to soak this one up a little bit. So Patty, I don't know if you saw, I'm doing multiple at one time. So this has to get a little drier. So I've been going back and forth. And while I'm letting that dry, I'll take a second and show you something. This is what I'm reading. Do you read, Patty? Are you a book reader? So my buddy wrote this, so obviously I know her, but she usually writes completely different genre. This is like mermaids, and I'm not usually into this YA fantasy stuff. But this one, I'm only this far in. That's a fake money. It's actually play money that I got for my grandkids that I had to rip in half because I kept being afraid I was going to commit fraud by spending one of these because it feels different, but it's so convincing. I was like, no, this is too smart for grandma. She's going to accidentally pick one of these up off the floor and think she dropped it herself and go spend it. But if this sticks the landing, this is a great book. So I just wanted to show that while we're letting something dry. And let's get back into our eyeball one. And this is the eyeball and fish zone. Fraud, yeah, whatever that's called. It's when yeah. I'm just seriously, I literally, and my granddaughter, she would bring them out of the toy box, and she's only 18 months, but she would like reach up and set them on the edge of the table, and I was just seriously concerned that I wasn't going to be paying attention, and I was just gonna. I actually really like this. This is weird. Like it looks weird, but it's kind of cool, I guess that's a good sign, right? Okay, so how do we keep going without overdoing it? I actually really liked the last time I watered it in a little bit, but I actually liked these guys, which is the this is the new pastels, so my hands are going to be utterly destroyed. But let's kind of go with this again. See if we can't catch it back. Because I did kind of blend it in and I didn't like it super much, but yeah, let's do that a little bit. And this person's looking this way. I don't quite like how we're doing here. Oop, I liked that better before. I think this actually needs to be bigger. Like we need to go here and then put the green. Is this better? You have a pile of books to read. Do you actually make time for it? Is it one of those things that gets away from you? Most people, it gets away from them, but that's okay. I read a lot and I enjoy the reading. I'm a person who learned how to write because of reading. So I'm what they call an intuitive writer because I read enough that I kind of get how a story feels, and I had to learn the craft of story after the fact. Okay, so this is another thing I wanted to try. So I haven't done this before, but I want to, this is ink. This paper can probably take it. So I'm going to take my calligraphy pen and go to town. Let's see if we can get some texture on this eyeball. This is a little rusty, so hopefully it's okay. This is going to be even more of a mess if I get this on my hands, isn't it? Oh, I wasn't sure how this would be with the chalk. Like, is it gonna work or not? So this is actually dark green. So we're gonna just use it as a texture maker in the black. Yeah, focusing, that probably would be after all that you've been through. So for the rest of the room, she's actually a widow, and that's so sad. How long has it been now? Are you in, I would guess if I was going off instinct that it's like 4 years. Is that right? So you're not a new widow, but you're probably getting used to it, but it's still your nervous system and being responsible everything and having things sit on your shoulder and all the changes, I would imagine. I'm so sorry, Patty. That's no fun. Okay, I like that. That's interesting. I wonder how this, I mean, obviously, I don't think you can go over this super much without making a huge mess. So I almost need to have confidence and certainty that this is where I want those lines to go. Let's get some. Ooh, I wonder if. Okay, I'm going to do something here. Yeah, the one thing that they're saying, Patty, I don't know if you've heard this before, but in the UK, they're actually prescribing from the doctors, they're prescribing the liberal arts. They're getting people out to do their painting and their drawing and all of that because they're finding that doing something tactile with your hands, whether it's like crocheting, painting, whatever it is, they're saying that it's as important as um, what you drink and what you eat and how you sleep and all of the nutrition stuff and everything. It's like a thing. They're really coming hard down on the liberal arts as far as medicine. So like if your body has chronic pain and it has memorized pain in your nervous system and you can't get away from it even though you should be better, if you take the art classes, then you get to your body will it can't do two things at once, so it will let it go. And I think it's pretty crazy when they figure that stuff out and tell us to do better, like here we are. That's why I'm here on a late night after doing a full weekend. We got to decompress it, right? Okay, I kind of like that brighter color in there. Well, I don't really want it to be like eyeshadow though, so we got to put it in some other places. Let's see. 7 years? Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. How did that happen? Whiplash. Well, I guess age comes to us all, and I'm surprised that that's that long. I cannot believe that. Patty, I'm so sorry. That's so insensitive of me, but it doesn't feel like that long ago that we were buds on here when I was doing the garden stuff. So, um, okay. This is not quite what I want. This is highlighter. Um, highlighters are fun if you have a surface. Oops, that's getting dark from the ink. We got to get it back to itself. If you have a paper that it doesn't go through on. I want to be careful with that because I'm not sure I like that super much, but it's almost like I didn't do enough of an eyelash line here. So we'll fake that out a little bit. Remember, I'm learning. I'm not pretending to be amazing. Okay, but what we want, I actually kind of like it. I'm not that far from being like, what? What are you doing? Oh, I want to do white, but let's see if a white chalk, how it sits. Oh, is there even a white? Is this white or is this gray? That's gray. Oh, I wonder there's no white. It was my mom's set. She probably found it and stuck it in like a plein air kit or something. Okay, so we got that. I did like doing that ink. That ink was fun. Oh, I'm making a mess of these guys too. I need to put these away a little bit better. Because that's probably why there's no white. I probably set it down somewhere. And that would be me. I don't know. She has these round ones mixed in. And they feel different. They feel, I don't know, they feel different. So let's use, I don't think these oil ones will set well over the top. Maybe they will. Well, that's a little bit. Let's get a little bit of a contrast there. Yeah, that was fun. I did like what that just did, but it's not wide enough for the white part that I want to highlight. We'll just keep going. I'm afraid I'm about to tip into the overworking it category with this one. So let's hold on that, and maybe I'll try to use, so this is the Neo color. Look at those hands. Yes. Might make a mess out of my project, but we're gonna have fun. This is white, a little bit of highlight there, but not as white as I want. Same thing. Does add the good contrast without being shocking. But what I want is the good white. Blah, blah, blah. I'm actually going to use a bigger pen too. Yeah, so I think we talked about this last time, Patty, but Patty, I am going to be a grandma to, I'm a grandma to 3 littles right now, and I'm going to be a grandma to 2 more by Christmas time. And I'm super excited about that. Yeah, look at that bad boy. Little tiny bit of white there. All right, I picked up the black, so we're going to do it again. I just want a tiny bit of contrast right there. Yeah, and maybe a little bit down here. Right there. I'm feeling like I need to leave this bad boy alone. I almost could do the black across, like I feel like my black's not contrasting enough. Oh, that helped a little bit, actually. Happy accident. Good old Bob Ross. Okay, what do you think? This is a color pencil eyeball. What do you think of my eyeball? Does it qualify as a good eyeball? I feel like there's certain things that everyone paints. It's a rite of passage. You know, you get certain trees, certain settings, certain everything. I did have a tree picked out for tonight, and I'm not going to do it. I'm going to finish these ones that we're working on. We'll switch to these fishy loos. We'll do some big blocks on. Looking good, good. You know, I know that you, okay, so with writing, I'm kind of approaching my painting like writing, which is basically the only thing that makes me different than anybody else. Everybody paints and they kind of rite of passage, everybody sort of paints the same stuff. They might have a slight variation of whether they're like a realist or whether they're, going for it or in unique ways. But even if they're a realist and they're trying their way, we don't really know what kind of a painter we are until we do it. Like you have to do it for a while before like you have to do a lot of paintings before the piece that's kind of you. Like a lot of times it's imitation and it's it's not you can't copy, like you have to go for it, but there's a sense of variation that's inside of you that you're like, I'm painting a lot of things that I don't plan on painting again. Or I don't think I'm very good at. I guess that would be a better way to say it. And I think as you get used to your equipment and the different way things work together, the more you find out who you are as a creative, which in the book world, we call it voice. So I don't know my voice as a painter yet. I'm doing things, and I do know that I really like and really, really find, since I was young, I've found there to be a great challenge in painting faces and portraits. And I don't know that I'm a realist, but I would like to be able to catch a likeness. And yeah, through finding it, you just got to do it, right? Like, so that's sort of where I'm at. And like these, I am getting better at some things. Like, I am more quick to just jump in and have a little creative session until I muck through the ugly and get to something that's actually fun for me, even if it's not the best in the world. And I am determined not to sell my work because I have a lot between the eBay resale, I resell puppies, I do so many things. I want this to be sacred. I want it to be me and play, and I don't want to have to think about selling it. So let's do this. Oops, that was too dark. Let's lighten that back up a little bit. We'll let's get some pink. Let's put some pink on that. Yeah, because there's going to be some pink in here because these are salmon babies, right? Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, some of these are kind of, I'm not necessarily sad about how these are turning out either. This is pretty cool, pretty interesting actually. I'm going to do this a little darker than it needs to be just because it's going to get lost back here. And yeah, so I'm logging my hours because I don't even know yet how, and like even when you write a book, you're supposed to finish the stories. You're supposed to finish writing them before you start editing, because you can't really know how to edit a book until you see the ending. And that's kind of where I'm at. I just don't know yet. Like it's new to me. I don't know. And I say that knowing I've actually got 2 years in on this journey, 2 years of getting out of just my planner. If you watched my planner one, you saw my doodles. That's what I've been doing while I've been creating books and raising my kids. But now that I'm empty nested, I'm like, let's go and play. Let's go and have a little fun. So, yeah, let's get some green back in here a little bit. I don't like this little section, but I got to let it dry before I fuss with it some more. But yeah, I'm not so sad about these fish. These fish are kind of interesting. They're interesting. I'm not sad at all about how these are turning out. I wonder what's the color of their eyes? They're kind of like this. I'm going to put this little yellow in there because it's a pop. I definitely am a color girl. I am not, ain't no sad beige babies over here. What do the rest of you got? You got a handful. I'm talking to my friend here, but anybody else want to jump in and say what you think and all of the stuff I've been chatting about? I would invite you to. It's kind of fun to have a few new online friends that you don't don't have to see in real life and don't owe anything to, right? That's the way it is. Okay, let's get this darker because I think that'll help. Let's get the body of the fish going. And ooh, kind of like. We definitely are getting closer here. Oh, there we go. That's got to be shaped different. That's part of it. It's supposed to be a triangle. Wow, it's not in the right place, but it's a bad fish. Bad fish design, but we're going to hold steady on that. Whew, foo. All right, time to go back to something else. Let's work on our fella. Be right back with the fella. All right. He's interesting. I am not unhappy with this start. This is interesting. No water on this. Help me remember that. Like no water. Okay. So these are hard to paint over. These are waxy too, but I still think we're going to go for it. So let's use some of these guys to get layers. Ooh, I kind of like, oh, that's almost the same color as the other chalk. Look at how close that is. I don't know that I like it as close as that is because it doesn't look like hair. Yeah, and I don't know how these blend out yet, but we're gonna find out, aren't we? This guy's got, I guess there is hair that goes from the sides into his beard a little bit. All right, let's put you a little closer here so you guys can see that. Over while my hand is going. And we'll do a little lighter hand and get his lips in there. Kind of interesting, huh? These Neo colors are pretty vibrant and they kind of feel like a color crayon, except for the color is not, it's more pigmented, it's more intense, it's more, color crayons drive me crazy because you can't ever get to control them very well. And so that's actually a problem for me. And actually, when I was a kid, I used to get frustrated because I would try to do like coloring contests and do all the things. And I could never get the dang color crayons to stay in the lines. It didn't matter how slow and patient I worked, which patience is an issue for me. But so I was frustrated. Actually, at the librarian conference, there was a handful of ladies sitting around at one of the ends of the nights. And that's what they were doing was they were doing, they were doing coloring books, and I was like, well, that's because you are patient people, which I am not. Okay, so I kind of still like him, so I'm not sad. Now remember, this paper goes busting through pretty easy, so I have to go gentle and easy. We're going to bring in a little bit of dark here in a few places. We're going to get some depth going on. Yeah, I don't know. I might have to go over it with something to make it so it's more blended. I do like this color on this guy. And I am not a realist, so we don't need it to be, there's no perfection in this girl. None at all. And it's only a likeness because, you know, all you have to do, that video I just did where I was holding up the flowers one at a time and just checking out the detail. That's all you have to do is hang out with something like that before you're like, I am so out of my league with anything I would try to paint or color to make it real. You know, like it's almost even photography is so two-dimensional compared to real life. I don't know. That's my opinion, anyways. Maybe it's a haughty one. I don't know. But I do like photography. I do like watching it. But personally, I get a little discouraged. Yes. Isn't that cool? Yeah. Baker Creek. I actually like getting them because they're like, they're just still life. So, yeah. So we're going to just adding depth. That's what I'm trying to do is, you know, it's kind of two-tone brown on brown, but there's some goldens in there. And I don't know what I'm doing. I told you I'm not that great at them, but I sure like it. Wouldn't that be cool if he turned out to kind of look like it? That would be amazing. All right, so we're going to go for eyes, but the eyes are not black. They're just this color. Yeah, we're going to get some. Oh, we definitely got to pull some black in on the some place needs a little bit darker, so let's do that a little bit better. Let's do this. You're more illustrative. Oh, you don't do coloring books either? Oh gosh, that felt a little bit like medicine to confess that. You guys hear me? I cannot color inside the lines. Can you tell by watching me do this that I can't color inside the lines? Is that like the easiest thing to notice of all times? Okay, that my little keep your hand clean rag just fell on the floor and I stepped on it. I thought for sure I'd spilled my water and didn't even notice, but no, it's picked up now. Barefoot touching it was gross. Um, all right. Yeah, so I had two neat things. Patty, would you be interested if I told you a couple things that happened at my writers conference, which was last week? That was really neat for my book journey. Or is that boring? I don't know what people are, if my book journey is like, it's nothing that's actually happening. It's just potential dreams, invitations, that kind of thing. Ooh, I like that. Look at, oh, that was good. That makes the hair look a little bit. Ooh, we're going to do that. And I actually really want to get the darkness of here and his cheek. Do you see that right there on this? Sure, go ahead. Okay. So I've got 4 books out. I am on contracted for a 3-book deal. And I literally, that's going to be enough work for me for a really long time, like a few years, just to crank out the book. You're basically working on one book and editing another at the same time. And I'll be doing that. My next book comes out next May. So just shy of a year. And I've got a lot of work to do on the one that's coming out. And I'm supposed to turn in the second book at the end of July. So I'm sitting here painting and coloring when I probably should do that. But, you know, I just came off of a full weekend and that ain't happening. So here we are. I went to a writers conference. I was also a speaker and a, you know, teacher there. I did a bunch of stuff. And that was really an honor and a joy. But in the process, I had 2 things happen. I ended up being invited to send a nonfiction proposal to a particular publishing house by invitation, and so I've got to do that. Um, and then also a film producer, like legit, has 5 projects that they've sold to streaming services and all of that. They want to actually read my hard books. They want me to send them 4 of my hard books. So obviously that can turn into nothing really quickly, and they often do. But I'm like so honored. It's so great just to be asked. So, okay, so I want black, but you know what I'm going to use instead? I'm going to use this blue. Let's use this blue and use a tinier, this paper doesn't like ink, remember? So I got to use a light hand, but I'm going to use blue just to get the color contrast. So we're going to have a lot on here, and we're going to do. I know he doesn't have blue eyes. I'm not looking for blue eyes. I'm just looking for the opposite of all of these other colors he has going on in his skin. And I actually kind of think that was right move because this is popping. Do you guys see the pops? We got some pops going on. We like it. We're pulling out. We're pulling out of the uglies. It's starting to be a little bit more kind of impressive. Let's get some of this in his hair too. He's not got blue hair, right? We don't want him to look eccentric, but yeah. So yeah, I was quite honored, and both of those happened just by me being a chitty chatter blabbermouth like I'm being right here, which I find to be how the best things happen when you're not trying to hustle, right? You just kind of go with the flow of life. Okay, take a deep breath. This is actually, I'm actually kind of liking him, you guys. I'm always get a little scared when I start liking him because, it only takes a little bit to accidentally go wonky. I got to take some paint off that one. Okay, okay. Noses ain't for the faint of heart. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, what do you think? Is he getting... Am I doing him justice? Am I honoring this poor fella that's getting his portrait painted in? I almost feel like I need to get away from this ink now. Oh, I guess I want a little bit of darkness in here. Let's get this going in here a little bit. Put a little bit of darkness in here. And what do you guys think of my choice of blue? Does that work for his kind of hair? We're going to make it so we can... He definitely has like lines running through there. Oh, it doesn't look as good in the camera. Look at that. In the camera, it looks like I need to get some filled in, like he's too white in the cracks. My black guy's too white. Sorry, that's a joke. If it's offensive, I'm sorry. I'm playing. But this is... what do I want to do? I think maybe we'll go chalk. What do you guys think? So I'm putting the blue away, and I have to be careful now because the blue is wet, and we will put a little bit of white in the black of his eye, right? And I do think that I'm pulling the blue back out because I just realized that his eyes look like two different sizes. So I want to bring this one out a little bit. Ooh, that was a good decision. Did you guys see that? Yeah, different devices. Okay, which I understand. I mean, that's part of it. But let's do, his shirt has kind of little buttons and stuff like this. Yeah, it's gonna go there. Yep. So we got... Ooh, this is chalk for that. That's actually working for me. Look at how easy that was for for his plaid shirt. Oh, I'm gonna switch to this side now. Kind of helped, didn't it? Bring in some... That brings in that blue too. Okay, so now we got to go a little bit this way. It's not as easy to do that way for me. I should have probably left it at the other. Well, I guess you get the gist, right? I said already that I wasn't. So at least he's not like suspended and hanging through. And we're gonna go dark Okay, so my mom's circle ones, I think these are the same. Lovely hands again. Let's do this in here and get this darkened in because it ain't really black, whatever. That actually needs to go even darker, I think. Let's get a real black in there. Ooh, that's interesting. It doesn't like to go on top of itself. But I do like that I broke up the color of that. Oh, maybe it didn't like the round one. This is the round one. Maybe it doesn't like that. Oh, look. I can do the same thing I did on the shirt. I'm not sure if I lost something on the hair or not. Did I lose something when I did that? All right, so I'm just blending here. I'm not gonna try to, we're just gonna soften just a tad, get some of these lines to be gentled. Again, we're not a realist. We're not trying for realism. Oh, that was good because it made his teeth pop out. Huh. I'm not sure you guys get the best view of that. Like, let's see. If I hold this up like this, does that actually give you a like better view of like if he's good or not? Can you see him better? Still, does he look like a black guy? I can't quite tell. Are you supposed to say black guy? Forgive me again if I didn't do it right. Oh, park inspection. Okay. Enjoy. Thank you for your support, Patty. I actually got your gift sent back to me a second time, even with that fixed thing. So I just think that means we have to see each other in person because I don't want to pay to send it to you a third time because I have to pay when it comes back to me too. This is like the most expensive fun gift I've ever sent. Sorry about that. I was trying. I was trying to say thank you for your support. So thank you. I love you. See you later. Good friend after all this time. Thanks for championing me. I appreciate it when you watch my fun stuff. It's very encouraging somehow to have somebody in my corner on here. Okay. Oh, thank you. He looks okay. Good. That's actually encouraging too. Let's do. Okay. I think I'm going to stop on him minus the sparkle in his eye. I wonder if I should put teeth are weird, but you got to do a little something with teeth. Teeth are so easy to mess up. My gosh, are they easy to mess up. As soon as you do it, you're like, yikes, I should have just left it alone. Good night. Enjoy. Thank you. I see you other people on here. She's gone now, so I'm talking to you whether you're going to interact with me or not. All right. Teeth, teeth. Let's go, Bucky. Let's get some buck teeth going in there. It's not as good, but I'm done. I think I'm going to leave them alone. Those teeth. Are they better? I don't think so, but it need to be not straight up white. So I did it. We're done. Oh, I know. I got to get his twinkle. His twinkle's got to come in with pure white, with the great white of this guy. All right, so we're going to get this guy in here. Oops, look what I did. I put color in my white. How did that happen? Oh, it might have had something to do with this is the color of my rinse water. We are not exactly playing in a clean water pond. Okay. So let's get that. Oh, and I also put that in the ink. That's right. I put it in the pen and ink. That was really fun to use that. I haven't actually done that yet. Like, I haven't used that in my painting books. I use it in my journals. We're making his teeth a little bit like that. And we're going to go like this and get a little sparkle in his eyeballs. I feel like I do not have the inside of this eye done quite right. We're going to drop like that, like this. Ooh, I do like how that helped. That helped a tiny bit. We're gonna give him a little bit of a nose thing right there. We're gonna go across his lip a little bit there and a little bit here. And I'm gonna have to leave it right there like that. Okay, let's see. That's the little highlights. I think I'm gonna just use the pencil and muddy this up a little bit. Let's muddy this up on here a little bit. Yeah, let's get that. And so the other thing I'm gonna do, we're gonna use our dark blue again. And with the tiny one, tiny, the one I just stuck in the white, we're going to do his, like where his, I gotta mess that up there. Okay. This, my brain's not putting that together. Eyelashes? Yes, eyelashes. That's what we want. Eyelashes require my focus apparently. But I did just feel myself settle in. Like that's the point. Did you guys, obviously I'm like chitty chatty going, moving at 45 miles an hour. This is why I sit here, because I just need it to settle myself on down and play. Okay, I like this guy. So that's not very good to admit. Like what? I like him. So I need to probably stop, because that's usually what the good sign to stop is, when you like it, right? You gotta get out of the way of the art, right? Get out of its way. Yes, it was a good weekend, a great time. And okay, so we'll kind of call this one done. So the eyeball is done and this is done. This has to dry. I do seal mine with a sealer since I use so much media. I don't know that he looks terrible. Like, this is an improvement. So I actually like him. I'm not great at it. I like him. But does he look like the original? So that's what we got to see. Like, do you guys think he looks like, we're going to pull this up so I think you guys can see that guy. Can you see him better? I don't know. It's hard to see the camera, which way we go. Okay, and then him. There, and then him. I think it's okay. Okay, so it is what it is. We're done with that guy. We're going to seal it later. So let's get our scene out. So we have to finish this one and the fishies. Actually, already like this one too, so that's a good sign. And as abstract as it is, that's actually why I like it. So, am I an abstract painter? I do not think so. So we're gonna hit this with, oh, I should probably switch my water over and get one that's a little bit better. This one's not great, but it's a little bit better. I saw this lady, she puts her ink, her water like this stuff in a vase, and she lets the stuff settle to the bottom, the sediment from the paint settle to the bottom, and then she um, throws it out after it's been settled. And so she's not like, I don't know, it's just a cheat. And I actually think it's actually helpful. So I have some of that started over there. And I tried to use the paints to like start other paintings, like you would, hit this up here, do a little bit to get a backdrop start on something. And I kind of like doing that, but I don't think to, because I'm moving on so many paintings at once. That's a little bit tricky for me to do. But that particular journal I just wrote in, I actually do little tiny art, and then I go in and I write my gratitudes in there, and I am really like doing that too. Okay, we're gonna just check in some squares, try to get some structure without having to actually paint the structure correctly, because that would be like coloring in the lines, right? We don't already admitted that we're not good at that. So yeah, we have Ooh, I'm gonna do acrylic paint on this thatched roof because I want it to look like straw. Did you guys see me say that? I'm gonna get some acrylic out, which means I might have to leave this one undone to some degree too, because that will really take some time to dry. And let's see, we got paint. Let's do some. That's supposed to have some spikes of green that go up, but I sort of went over it. Yeah. Okay, be careful, be careful. We like what we got so far. I want to do some, I think I'm going to do a different shaped brush, but I'm going to go heavy with a paint. I don't know if this will be, we want to do it like the, what's that toll painting lady? One stroke, brush stroke, something. Let's try to just like get some shape like hosta leaves. This is what they have in here, hosta leaves, right? Let's get some. Yeah, those are not so bad. I don't mind those. Okay, that's actually interesting. Now we're gonna do, we need a little different green. Maybe we'll do chalk green and just do like grass. This is like grass down in here. Ooh, and it sits on top of these. Ooh, happy accident right there. See that? I like that. So the green went up over the black like a blade of grass set out, like it's a point of contrast. And I actually really like that. That's nice. Say neato, neato. Neato? I haven't used that word in forever. Forgive. There's no neato. Okay, we're gonna get this. Ooh, that's actually a really cool texture too. Okay, I'm a fan. I've never used these before, but do you guys see how much fun I'm having? Oh goodness, can anybody give me a thumbs up for that? I'm entertaining myself. Doesn't that count? Okay, I am having a great time over here. So hopefully you are too. All right, so this is a little bit lighter, and actually going to do this on purpose because I want there to be something for the acrylic to be like wiped off from. We're gonna, I don't know if that makes any sense, but we're gonna redo some of this roof here. I'm not actually an architect type of drawer person, so when I'm doing these houses, they just have to be visually pleasing, nothing else. We won't be comparing them to the original, I promise you that. Okay, so what we want to do here though is I want to get this thick color of white, and let's see if we can just do I kind of like, we're gonna are you guys able to, you're not actually looking at the same thing I'm looking at here. All right, so maybe let me come up, since this one's a bigger one. Let me go back and come up just a little bit. Is that okay? All right, we want to tip it up just a little bit more. I'm looking at a second camera, so, and it's delayed, so it takes me a second to get it right. Okay, so you guys can see the house at least and see what I'm aiming at here. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'm going to come in. I am actually going to use the ink on this one too. Oh my gosh, I love being mixed media because there's so much you can do that's like on top of each other when they handle, the way that they handle. Okay, so, okay, we need to take a darker brown. Actually, is this purple? What is this color? Yeah, I'm actually going to use that. It's not really what you should use. This should not be this, but I'm actually going to use it because I like it. We'll put it over here too, so then it's less noticeable. Okay, so I'm going to put brown over that because it wasn't quite what I wanted. I'm not happy with the brown choices in here. Oh, that'll be good. This will work. I'll get some lines in there. Oh, it's bleeding. This one doesn't like water super much, remember? Okay, so I'm going to take a brown, a dark brown. We're going to take a risk here. Let's see what we got. And this is over the wet, so we want to just see what this does. I actually wanted to just see if we can get the shape of these square, the rectangle part to pop just a little bit. Oh, I still like that grass. That grass was fantastic little. Okay, so we want to get. Okay, so we can actually do a little bit of darker in here. That's actually kind of the same color, isn't it? All right, let's get a little darker black. I want to do some black on the in-betweens here. This one has actually baby blue stuff in it too. Okay, it's still coming. This one's still in the ugly duckling phase, so give me a minute here. It'll still pop through. This has an actual blue flower. It's not that blue. It's like a baby blue. So let's like see if we can. Oh, okay, so with this, I can actually come in with the ink over the top, remember? And it'll pop it. Ooh, and it goes over the actual leaf real good too. Okay, I'm still going acrylic up there. I'm not forgetting that. Okay. Oh, and remember how I did the sideways brown? The brown is not my favorite. These are not the right shades. They're like too orangey. Brown does that a lot, I actually find. It's like the wrong shade. But we'll do this neo color. So this black was just a little too intense and it looked a little less organic. It looked more like an outline, and outline wasn't quite what I was after. So let's knock it back with the neo colors and we'll get some more shape on here too. We'll get the the thatched roof. I have no idea how thatched roofs work. Where I live in Oregon, they feel like they would just get wet and mold and molder. You know, we have so many people with like mold issues already. And I'm like, how on earth do they not mold out? Like, I do not get that. Okay. So I'm kind of amazed actually. But they work and they do a good job of it. Like, what the heck? I'm not getting it. All right. So, oh, that was nice. I like it when when things make interesting little patterns in there. I guess that's the happy accident again too, right? Ooh, this might help with these too, because these needed to look like boards and slats, and it's lifting off that purple color a little bit, but not in a terrible way. Okay. Okay. Not quite what I was doing there, but it's no going back now. We're there. Okay. So we have a lighter green to add some texture in this. Oh, see, it did it again. It's like smearing the chalk around and making. Ooh, I think that's cool. I like that. Oh. Okay, so kind of want just a little piece of something that's a different color. Little poppy dew in here. We'll just get these like it's a bush or something, but we just want an eye catcher in here. Yeah, okay. That makes me happy. A little bit of uniformity. What else do we want? Oh, let's do a little bit like that too. Contrasting everywhere. Okay, so we may mess this picture up, but I'm going to start with the black outline. I'm going to get some black ink in here, or maybe I'll do this green off of this. And then I do want to try, I really do want to try acrylic, like this color acrylic. It's going to be too orange, I think, but I want to put it on and then you comb through it and try to add a texture. Oh, I just touched, oh my gosh. A massive mess. That's what I am right now. A massive mess. Okay, we're gonna get some structure again, a little bit darker, one more layer darker. We want this to pop like a house, because it's a little cottage thing here, you know. Oh, this is probably going to go through the paper. I forgot. I already forgot. I told you guys ahead of time, and then I forgot. But we're still doing it because I'm ornery that way. Okay. So we're going to do get some of these. Oops, I don't like that I did that. That was too much, too much. In fact, I might go back over that and knock it back because that's not what I want. Not the look I want. We're still trying to bring up the level of, ooh, I know how I have to do this. I have to do it. Let's get this knocked back and it's too big here. Now it's faded down a little bit. Let's do this. That's what needed to happen. These are boards, so they're like board and batten or whatever. Why am I not going over this? This is not supposed to be there. Okay. Okay. All right. That's getting better. We got a little heavy ink here and I'm just borrowing from it I'm starting to get quieter too, which I appreciate. Settled in. Okay. So I should probably leave it there. Should. Watch me mess this up. But I'm going to enjoy messing it up. If it's right, it'll be really right? Okay. So first of all, let's take the chalk and knock that back because I want to. Let's see what happens. Oh, yeah, that was a C. So I guess if I get the acrylic, we can actually mess it up. Then I can come in and do something, right? We can maybe do something. Okay, that's good. I'll take that. Let's get some of this white back. Okay, that actually helped too to get some more white out of there. Yeah, how did we know that would help? I did not, but it really does. Let's get some of that. It's green. This is a landscape. It's green. Okay. Oh, I forgot I was gonna go around those little blue flowers, but actually I'm gonna go around them. Watercolor pencil, getting the tip wet. It probably needs to be sharpened because I hit these things pretty hard. So let's find a sharpener. There we go. And we're gonna do this. Satisfying. This one makes a really good point. Ooh, look at that point. Skinny thicker. Now I just have to not push so hard on it that it. Yeah, this helps. This makes them look like, they almost look like wild hydrangeas, but they're not. They're some kind of a field flower. But this gives me the texture I'm after. Okay, I don't know why, but this book, the paper, oops, I did break it, but just a tiny bit. And this paper's, I mean, let's see, how are we doing? It's not ruining anything over here. Yeah, that still looks good. So, and this side, a little bit here, and this is a blocking thing, so it's only going to go through one page. And that's with the pen and ink. So I'll take that. Let's get some more dirt off my page. Okay, so now this is not expensive acrylic paint. So I am actually in the mindset that I am happily using a lot of art product and I'm enjoying myself. But I also am trying to actually use up my supplies, especially the older ones that I've had forever. And this is one of those. So what I'm going to try to do is see the grass texture on this roof. I'm going for that. And I might fail miserably, but we're going in. We're going in. We're going in. And this color is really yellow. Do I want the really yellow? I'm actually going for it. I'm just going to, so what I want to do is put it right here like that. Put it right here like that. I'm going to do this right here like this and right here like this. Do you see how thick that is? Like, I am not messing around. This is like a glomp on there. And this is what I'm using. I bought a set of art. I had a box that had some art supplies in it, and they had a little plein air kit, and they did this, in which I'm assuming they're going to do, they did what I'm doing, which is Hoya. What do you call this? I don't know. I called it Hoya. Okay, let's see. There's no way to do it better once you've done one, so we're going for it. Okay, so I guess it just needs more ink if it's not happy. I'm kind of okay with that. Like, what the heck? Did we just do something cool? And that's why I did the color underneath, because I wanted to be able to like scratch off to it. Okay, if I have a brown, a darker brown, I wonder if it will do. If I do, I'm going to try it with gouache. This may not work. Might not work, might not work, might not work. And I kind of like what I got going. So we're going to beef this up on here. We're going to do that. Beef it up right there. And I'm going to try to drag it down. So let's see what happens here. We've got the other color still on there. Oh, good night, Martha. I love that. Oh gosh, you guys are quiet in there. You need a thumbs up me or something. You're hanging around in here. You might as well cheer me on. Okay, so that's the basic, and I'm going to actually do some ink in and get the shape of the ceiling back because it muddled the like crisp edges a little bit. And I'm going to use this that I've been cleaning my hands on and get that clean. Zam, that is something else. That is something else. I kind of like that. Okay, so I'm going to use the brown watercolor pencil. We're going to bring just a little bit of a point on it, not a big one. And I'm going to try to just give me a little bit of the structure of the building back, okay? And then this we better leave alone because this is acrylic and I have no idea how that's going to turn out as far as drying and all that stuff, you know? So, but gosh, is that cool or what? And I hope I like this once it dries. Sometimes they dry like a shade lighter or darker, and sometimes it changes, to me, it changes the work. But we're going for it. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so we now want to, let's do these. This is watercolor pencil, so it actually is interacting nicely with some of this other stuff. And we're just sharpening some of these lines. Get the yellow that's on my pencil is okay with me because it's almost adding like a highlight in there. But what I don't like is how green that is. We want to bring that up to putting these two away. I love making a mess out here. This is awesome. But now we want to, I just want to lighten I want to get white on this. I don't know that I'm going to do the Neo colors for anything because I'm almost happy with it. Like, where are we at here? Cottage. Can you guys see what I'm after here? Oops, I've touched the green, so that's going to still be green. Okay, so they had, I still have to, I'm gonna put a brown, we'll use this and do it because it's gonna peel back what's already there. Oh, that was so good. Good decision. This makes it look more like the house that it is. Okay. So I told you I wasn't sure if I was going to use the Neo color, but guess what? The Neo color is sitting right on top in the way that I like. So we're going to enjoy that for a minute. I might have to get a black. This is all supposed to be dark in here, but I really don't want it to completely go dark because I think it'll lose something if it does. But we'll do that, and then I'm wiping this off because it's got the acrylic on it. And my Neo color black is in use somewhere. Oh, there it is. So let's go here with the black. Let's get this dark. And we will, I think this little corner here is where it wants to be darkest. And that looks kind of cool. All right, people. A little bit of, let's get some, just rolling this ziggy-zaggy around. Let's get some structures in there. Oh, that was the sharpener, and I thought it was the ink bottle that just fell, but it was just the structure. Okay, you guys, kind of happy with that. All right, so here's my start. We got our thatched roof with the arch over the top. We got the blue flowers in there. You guys can even see that with the reflection, I'm not sure. And we've got our like hosta-esque leaves with some texture. I could probably go in and add another layer, but I'm kind of okay with that. I think that's gonna make me happy when I look back at it. So we're down to fishies. So we've got the eyeball, the man's face. So again, we're done this one. We're done the man's face, and we're gonna finish with the fishies. And so I'm happy to let you see that again, just to be reminded. And then the fishies will finish us out for the night. And that roof, look at how cool that looks. That is something else with that texture in there from that tool. I don't know if you can even see it. Like, I'm hoping you guys can see it. Very cool. Okay. And last but not least, we're going fishies. And I'm just telling you right now, we are going to Neo color the bad boys. We're going to do these Neo colors because these have the vibrancy that I want. So these fish, and actually I might use some of the ink too. This paper can handle it. So those black polka dots on there, we might do that, but we're going to, this one is, yeah, let's get some outline with the extra green. Let's do some of this. It's not really outlining. We don't want to outline. Outlining never works. That's the thing I've learned out. Outlining makes it look youthful, like you don't want to get the outlines. Like that's not the point of what we're doing here. Yeah, we're gonna like these little prehistoric critters. Not prehistoric critters. I don't know. They're just kind of medieval. They're just kind of crazy looking, right? This is supposed to be a different shape, but I did it wrong when I made the fish. So we will have to just let that slide. We're gonna, I wonder if this bad boy will smear that around. Ooh, a little bit herky-jerky, some of those harsh edges out. I don't really want it to look like I've got like a color marker. You know, I don't like that. I'm gonna do this color down here under its belly because I like that a lot. We're going dark here. Let's get this. Did you hear that sound effect? Those help. Sound effects actually help a lot. Like that's cool. Yeah. And we're gonna do this little guy's mouth and this stuff with this color too. These are kind of cool. I like it. I like it. My fishies are looking neato. Neato pedo. Okay, I don't want them to be perfect. We're not looking for circles and we're looking for, I'm not an abstract artist. I don't know. Maybe I am. I don't know. I just don't, if I aim for realism, I lose every time. So I have to go for impression. Does that make sense? Because if I go for what's exactly there, then I'm basically, it's the same as the coloring the paper, you know, like it just does not work. Okay, let's get this to lighten up a little bit here. I got to get that fish to look like it's in front of this one, so. We'll do that. We'll lighten up his nose a little bit too. Ooh, that's a way to get this. I wish I could figure out what, my brain is not commuting. This wing of the fish, the fin, my brain is not computing the actual like shape of that. It's misshaping it in my, I can't figure out, why can't I figure out which way that goes? Like my brain is, it's like trying to do math after you've grocery shopped or done your taxes. You're just like done with it. I'm done trying to figure out which way this wing goes. Wing, not a wing, a fin. All right, that's pretty good. Pretty much saying I'm getting close to bedtime, aren't I? Okay, so we got a little highlight on the back of the fish here. We got some stripies in there. That needs some darker brown going on. This is fun. These are great in here. This is just really good colors. We're gonna get some blue, greeny green going on here, but we're gonna actually, oh, I don't know if my inks are gonna sit over these because these are waxy. So we might have to try those out just to see. Yeah, we're gonna, not sure I like that. I don't like what that's doing. So I'm gonna do a little bit of intense here. That is also not the right color. This isn't going to be the right color either, but it's super vibrant. And so we're going to pick it. We want some color in there. Let's get the color in there. We want to go, let's get basically a black eyeball. So we're going to go for, yeah, we're going to get those in there. Yeah, these are cool. Let's get them eyeballs in there. All right. So I'm going to hold off on these for a sec. I think this back fish is beautiful. So, but let's go for paint on that one. Big brush, get it semi-clean. Let's go brown, but I want this to be like a mocha brown. Oh, you know what? I haven't used my regular paints all night, but that's going to take too long for me to get it out. What do I want? I want, oh, this is the brown I want. That's not even down in the thing anymore. So you guys can't quite see the picture at the same time, but okay, that is very cool. Very happy. That was what I wanted. Knock it back just a little. Let's keep the, this has to be part of this fish. It looks like it's part of the other fish, so we gotta protect here. Do. Don't want too much water on this. Okay, we are getting close to my bedtime, people. I don't even know how long I've been on here. It's 10:30, I think. Let's do, We're doing the polka dots on this back one, like a brook trout, I guess. Kind of cool. Don't mind how that's turning out. We want to get some. This is actually great color for highlighting what's going on here. These are great. I like this color for what we're doing here. Let's get some polka dots up here on this. Oops, that didn't look as good as it did before. See, that one was better before. What are we doing here? This one's not as happy for whatever reason. It's not making me as happy. I feel like if I keep going, I might pull out, but I think I need to stop because it's not doing it for me. Okay, so what we're going to try to do is actually take a really vibrant, bejeweled blue-green color and see if it's just that I need. I don't usually put these out, but this is kind of nice when you're. Let's get this one in there. I left some of that brown in here to hopefully like offset the greeny green. We're gonna. Ooh, this is getting pretty busy. That's what I wanted. I wanted some contrasty color in here. We might go over that with the Neo color again. I actually kind of like him. He's starting to come around to me. That's coming around. Coming around. Coming around. Mellow him out a little bit. Goodness sakes, what cool animals this is. That's pretty cool. Okay, so we're going to go darker around this one's eyeball. What are we going to do around this one's eyeball? We'll go around. Yeah, those are kind of cool way to do it. That's a kind of a cool way to do it. I'll get. Okay, so that's a base. So hang tight. We're going to do the Neo colors on that. So I still feel like we're in a bit of an ugly duckling phase, but we'll get some purple. We want to do this green down this fish's back. I don't know if this is going to open this up or not, but get it on the gills. Let's do the gills there. And this brown, see, the brown was a little bit too browny brown, so we're trying to pull it back out. I'm trying to pull it up to the green again. And he's kind of cool shaped here. Let's get his. Well, I feel like that helped. I feel like that really helped. So let's. Ooh. Okay, we're getting close. Getting close. We're going to go here on this obnoxious fin that's not behaving. And okay, so what I actually want to do now is, well, first of all, we're going to have some fun with the bigger ink pen, the bigger inks, just a second here, but that's not quite the right color, but I don't have the right color. Like this is like a really pretty, I mean, the color pencil, maybe I should get my color pencils out because they had it in the color pencil because that's what I'm looking at in the picture. I still think I want to get some depth on this guy. Let's get some depth in there. Yeah, that helped. Let's get some depth here on his back. I pushed so hard on these. I shouldn't do that because they snap and pop. All right, so this is not the best seam right here. That's a little messy. Let's see. So we're going to go back. Do we want navy blue or do we want green. I think I'm going for the green because I think we can use it in more places and we're getting close to being done anyway. So let's see if this sits over the top of the neo colors. So we want some very darkness. We're going, this is the whole point of this is to give me another level of depth, right? Contrasting this light color. All right, we got that one. I'm actually kind of okay with that. Let's do that. Now we're going to do top of this fin and get it to settle off. I want this fin to pop from the one from the fish behind. Okay, that might actually go through. That's a lot of ink right there. So let's try to pull some of it off. And we want to do the same thing at his nose. Let's just make some darkness happen here. All right, let's do just a little bit in this guy's mouth. I'm kind of loving painting with these inks. I'm going to have to see how much destruction happened on the other side, because if I'm ruining the art on the other side, it might not be worth it. Okay, so we're going to be the polka dot queens here for a second. Polka dotties. Ooh, that's actually really, that's what I wanted to do with this pink. So this is what we were doing. The whole reason I did that bad pink is because I wanted it to pop. There's a fishing lure on this, but I'm not painting it because it's the wrong kind of lure for the way my husband fishes. And so I'm going to show him this art because he doesn't get art, but he gets fish. So he's going to like this one better than most because he can relate to it. So there's supposed to be some yellow dots in here, but I don't even think I have a yellow that would sit. Oh, I actually wonder if the chalks that I've been using all night would do that. We might have to try. Let's try. All right, so we're getting pretty good here. This paper's really thick, so if I stand a chance with any of them, this is the one about not popping through. Okay, so we want to. Oh, that's exactly the mark I needed to make. This one needed to go up higher, so let's do that. All right, we're getting close. Might have to do the little, do they have the white? Yep, they have the little pure white pokies on the eyes, but I want to see if I can get, let's just see what happens if we get, actually I like that. That's not doing too bad. You guys are far away, so let's see if you guys can peek at it closer. I think so many things are so much easier than the human head. Like I spent all that time working on that man. And you can do animals and stuff so much easier. What is it about the portrait that makes it so challenging? I don't understand that. That makes no sense to me. Okay, so we're going to pop the eyeballs, but I want to see if the neo color. Okay, so we're going to try two things. We're going to try this yellow. Look at my lovely hands. This is what happens with the pastel chalks. Should be evidence. Like you would not want to do this if you had to go somewhere that same day and stay clean. We're going to use these two. They're two different colors, but I want to see what happens if we try to make polka dots. Okay, the chalk is amazing. Look at that. Where else do we have this little bit of yellow? It's a little bit, we could actually, Oh my gosh, I'm in love. I'm in love, you guys. I'm in love. Mixed media girl over here has found another thing to add. That is so cool. Okay, so now we're going to try this one just to see what happens. Nope, waxy. Does not work. Golly. We're going to do this. This is awesome. Hey, this is just like taking my art to the next level. So that means if we want to pop up any of the colors on top of here, we can do it with the chalk, which means this is there, which means I have the pink in the chalk. Watch this. I'm going to make this line that happens down the side of the fish. Oh, that was messy. Oh, very pink. Whoa. Okay, I got to put this over the trash. That one didn't work as great as I thought. But let me look at the contrast. Let me puff my breath on this above my trash can. We got one little mark. You know what? That's actually perfect because it's like power bait pink in a fishing picture. But I actually kind of want to see if I can get like a yellow tan on this side of this fish. This is almost too light. Let's do that down the side. But now let's go ahead and go darker. We can do, it's like a brook trout in there. I don't know if you guys can see this. This is kind of micro detail. But it's very satisfying. I'm kind of twisting the chalk to get to the corner where it's the sharpest and the most pointed because it's not very pointy. But okay. This is actually helping me break up where it was like I had outlined the fish a little bit too. So, okay. I actually might put some of that. Okay, we need to get. Is this color gonna work? Let's try this one. I want a lighter color, but not the same as the yellow one. We want something to bring up some contrast up here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, some of those squiggles, they were supposed to be circles, and I mean like polka dots, and I made them squiggles. So this actually helped with that. And I'm gonna put it on this fin too. How cool is that? It sits on top of the Neo too, which is also very hard to do. So very cool. I would mess with the eyeballs with these now that I know that, but I'm leaving the eyeball alone because I think we're done. And I think if I go further, we risk the backwards factor. So here's the fish. I don't know if you got the reflection. Let's take a second and put it down a little bit so you can kind of see the different ones I've got there. There's like a brown polka dot one, a pink stripe there, and the little polka dots on the top of the head of the other one. There you go. Now, this is a color pencil book. If you weren't here at the beginning, that's what it is. And this is how we ended up. And let's see about the bleed through onto my peacock. Looks pretty good. I have sprayed this, even though it's showing up a little bit over here. This does have a sealant spray on it. So I might have to do that again. I might have to stink my office out and run away from the fumes. Oh, you know what I can do though with this? I can actually take this chalk and make the darkness that I wanted right here. I was going to use the ink on that, but I think the chalk sits there just fine. Okay. Oh, we want to do that with the eyeballs. Let's do our tiniest little brush that we've been using all night. Oh my gosh, my hands feel just disgusting. Look at this. Oh my gosh. But let's get this brush clean as we can with our mucky water. Let's do some, I think that it's one of my favorite parts is to make the eyeballs pop, and they always look a little bit three-dimensional when you do it right. You know, like you get a little bit of a, can you see that? I don't know that there's, I don't know if I had enough like black. That one's a little creepy looking. Let's do that. There we go. But it's definitely that piece of pop on the character of this thing. I want to do this too. Hey, that made that one pop up there. Look at that. We did it. We did it. We got that to pop. This one needs just a tiny bit. This one's not as vibrant, so let's not do a ton. Just a little bit. I can do it like that a little bit. Do we want to do it on the nose of this guy? Just a little bit. Okay. They actually have it on the gills of this bad boy too. Which that was worth it. Good job. Okay, so we should probably be done because we're gonna do bad things now. This is what I always do. Keep going, just one step too far, right? That's how it works. Okay. Well, people, thank you for watching. I think I'm going to shut her down. It's been a long time. I would love it if you came and watched some of my weird other stuff. I'm so all over the place. I'm not crazy, I promise you. I am a multi-passionate person, but I'm actually really loyal. I've been doing the eBay and the jewelry reselling since 1999. Been doing the book writing since 2003. Painting and doodling I've been doing forever, but I've just legitimized it since I empty nested, and that's why I'm trying to grow it. I've been a gardener since I've been 13. That was like long haul stuff. But if you look at it in one day, like I do on here sometimes, it looks like I'm ADD all over the place. But okay. So I'm very happy with that. One of these days we'll be able to finish these out, and I'll be able to do a tour of these little guys. But until then, we're going to say goodnight. So do you want to see my face? See what I look like? Thank you so much. Oh, I got a thumbs up finally. Thank you, you guys. Have a good night. I'm going to do these on a regular basis. I'm just so spontaneous. You'll just have to follow me and catch me because I just jump on. But there's 2 or 3 of these that are replays, and they're radically different because I use different media. I didn't have the chalk. This is something to consider. This is what the pastel chalks do. But none of the other stuff really does that. So, but I've definitely done a lot. I'm getting better. I'm not amazing. Hopefully you are sitting there getting some laundry folded or something awesome done at the same time. And I will do other ones. I'll do garden ones. I like in the shorts. I'm having fun doing all kinds of crazy stuff in my shorts too. And nobody ever does everybody's all their channel. You know, they don't do anything. But I'm just having a good time. So if you need company on these kinds of things, I'd love to see you. I'm not going anywhere. I've done this for a lot of years already, but I'm not monetized. I'm not aiming for that. So I'll probably never say, please, I like to do the likes only so I know you're in here and you're participating, but not because of eBay. I mean, YouTube. So, but I probably won't be one of those people who every single time says, please like and follow and subscribe, blah, blah, blah. No, I don't care if you do or not. I just want you to show up and play with me when we got the time. All right, time to go clean up. And it's the end of the day, so it looks really weird to have lipstick on at 10 o'clock at night, but I got the great stay all day long kind of lipstick, and so it does. It stays all day. But I'm older now, so my skin is not as pretty as it used to be. And I'm an 80s and 90s girl, right? So we gotta have that. All right, unessential information. I will see you on other things. I hope you like some of my other stuff too. Have a good night.